What in the hell were the Pats thinking in the final lateral play? If that is not the dumbest sequence in NFL history.
It's a bad one.
It's worse than bad.
It's a really bad one. I want to run this clip, okay? But I want to explain to people on audio. For some reason, if your spaceship just landed on here, or you just got up from a coma this morning, first off, congratulations, welcome back. Depending on how long you've been out, you're going to be shocked and disappointed at a lot of what you see. But yesterday, 24-24 with 3 seconds to go, the Patriots have the ball on their own 45, basically just kind of a last play. Should be able to get a Hail Mary off from here, I would think, for an NFL quarterback. I mean, it's a 55-yard throw. You don't have to be a mathematician to do that. I think Mac Jones can throw it that far. But the one thing you can't do is something stupid, penalty after an interception or something like that, or this. Let's play the clip.
Mac Hollins out on defense.
Mac Jones just hands the ball off. Mondre breaks the tackle, running down the field. Game's going to go to overtime.
Stop.
Laterals it back, and then Jacoby Myers. What are you doing, Jacoby Myers?
Look at Mac Jones.
Dude, I had the Raiders in this game, and this still inside turned my stomach. Super happy for Chandler Jones, former Patriot, but basically they lateraled it back, and the defense intercepted it and ran it all the way back for a walk-off touchdown. I've watched football since I was 3 years old. I've seen a lot, all right? I've been to the grasses of the Serengeti. I've scaled the tallest mountain in Timbuktu. I have seen the kick six, but I have never in my life, David Williford Cohn, seen what I just saw from the Patriots. How does a Bill Belichick coach team allow that to happen? I thought he was the master manipulator, Geppetto, pulling the strings on the puppet. You're a real boy now. Turns out you're not.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. You have to go to overtime in that situation. And the way that the play broke down, with it being a run play, it wasn't like a hook and lateral situation down the field. I was starting to ask questions. Did Bill Belichick know that was the play call?
No way.
Or once a couple tackles were broken by the running back, did it become like, hey, we're going to play backyard football now. We're going to start laterally.
That's what I think happened.
I hope that it was not a called play. Well, either way, it's bad because then you have rogue players, throwing football. I thought the same thing that you just said. I had not seen that yesterday. Not to end a game. Not when you're tied.
That's the biggest part.
I've seen it when you're down.
I've watched
Whatever you have
Auburn
to do that. I have not seen it when a team is tied. You don't have Josh Allen on your team or Joe Burrow on your team. In this situation, you go to overtime. You play for overtime, and you see if you can win a game on the road in the last 10 minutes of extra time.
Well, I think this all started with the drive the Raiders had to tie this game.
Fourth and 10.
Fourth and 10. You drop 2 picks on the first 2 plays, and they get a 4th and 10, 20-plus seconds left. You have no safety help, and you get beat deep over the top. And then this happens. I go back, and I don't know if people remember this, but Bill Belichick versus the Dolphins, same thing, who put Gronk at the prevent spot, who gets beat by the Dolphins in the last second. So I don't know what's going on with this last second plays, stuff with Bill Belichick. Great during the entire game, but the last 10 seconds, last 20 seconds, disaster.
Well, I think Cohn's right. I think that was just, number one, if you're going to try and score there, you try and throw a Hail Mary. That's what you try and do. Or you run your conventional hook and ladder. They didn't throw the ball. They ran inside zone. I think what happened after Ramondre broke that second tackle, he thought, we can maybe score on this play. So then he lateraled it back, and then Jacoby Myers went with it and threw it right. If you're Mac Jones, can you imagine watching the sequence of that play? All right, we're getting ready to go to overtime. I hand the ball off. I'm watching Ramondre run down the field, thinking, all right, he's going to get tackled. Let's go to overtime. Then I see him pitch it. Then I see Jacoby Myers running back, and then Jacoby Myers throws it back in my direction, trying to throw it to me, and throws it right to the monster defensive end for the Raiders. And it's me and Chandler Jones, a battle of the Joneses.
I'm sorry.
You got to get better effort.
You have to do better than that, though.
Terrible.
I
think part of it was Mac was so surprised.
Yeah, there
I
is
think
an
he was shocked. I don't think it was that Mac Jones is soft.
I just don't think you're ever going to tackle anybody like this.
No, let's play it again. Watch how surprised I think Mac Jones is here. Again, I'd be jogging off to the sidelines. All right, guys, let's get it going. Let's play the clip. Go ahead and play it. All right, go ahead and play it. So here we go. Right now, he breaks one. Right after this one, David, I think this is when he made the decision to pitch it, and then he pitches it. And watch the surprise from Mac Jones. What's going on?
Gotta
What
get
is that?
What's going on
down, though, man.
Like, think about it. No, but think about it like in like a human being sense. Obviously, when we know what happened now, in hindsight, looking back, you're like, yeah, you got to make that play. But just think about in that moment, if you're Mac Jones, like, what are you thinking? You're like, you know Chandler Jones about to catch that ball.
Is Chandler Jones not surprised too?
Chandler Jones is shocked as anybody. He's as shocked as anybody. But Chandler Jones is also twice the size of Mac Jones. So, like, it just, again.
Gotta hold on.
You got to hold on.
You can get bodied. You can get bodied.
I thought
but still
Chandler
make the
Jones
tackle.
was going to pitch it back. I thought Chandler Jones was going to pitch it, and then he broke that tackle. But Mac, if you look, he just standing there flat-footed. It just, I don't know. It's like one of those things where time slows down. Is this really happening? Did I get concussed and I'm on the sideline just imagining this?
And I've been celebrating for like 5 minutes because this game was sure to go into overtime.
Yep.
So was the Chargers game to go into overtime. I had Austin Eckler and Josh Jacobs. I'm like, hey, we're going to get some extra fantasy points here, maybe come back and win this thing. Neither of the games go into OT.
That's just how it
Yeah, the
happens.
under 48.5 in that game, dude.
Yeah, that
Talk
hurts
about
a lot.
it.
All right, what
Let's
else
go to
we got?
Brandon. Yo, that's rough. $5 donation. Appreciate it, Brandon. Says, hope you
Brandon.
boys are having a good Monday. I'm still fuming about yesterday. Bench Mac, fire Patricia. You know what? Fire everybody. And Pats are offensive they're too sensitive on offense.
Well, I'll quote Vance Joseph. Their offense looks like a guy that coaches defense is calling the plays. It's exactly what it is. Did you see what yesterday? And it worked. It worked for a while. Matt Patricia's like, all right, we're just going to run it. We're just going to run it. We're just going to run it. Short game, quick game in the passing game. And it worked. Just dink, 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 dink down the field. Because he knows the thing that worries defensive guys the most isn't the vertical shots down the field or teams that just bomb it away all the time. Like it's the ones that will just check it down all the way down the field. Those are the ones that worry you. And sometimes Patricia does get in his bag a little bit like that, but I don't think that was a called play. I don't think it was a called play.
No, you can see it's not a call play. Look at the coaches on the side.
Yeah, I know. They're
Every time they
freaking out.
pitch it back, they're like, stop.
So it's hard for me. Like, you can say, okay, well, the coaches should have had him better prepared to not know to do that. And maybe I'm biased because I coached, but it's like, dude, we're in the NFL. How do you not know not to do that? Like, if we were in, this is like 5th grade.
But still, it's Bill Belichick.
Or like
right?
6th grade. It's Ramondre Stevenson. What are you doing?
It's Bill Belichick. He's always been known to what? It's the little things, right? It's the process.
It's
your job.
Well, look,
Yeah,
look.
do your job.
It's one thing if I have to teach you cotillion and put where the forks are. It's another thing if I got to teach you how to use the fork, okay?
I'd be equally as perplexed if that play worked and they scored a touchdown. Or I don't even want to call it a play because I still don't think it was a called play. If that tactic of pitching it back worked and they miraculously scored a touchdown, I would still be saying, why are you doing that?
I would say,
if you're going to do that, if you're
agree.
going to do that, get to one side, have some blockers on the other side of the field.
Create a little wall.
Yeah, and then throw it across.
Hey, YouTube, what's up? You know the best present you can give us? Hitting that subscribe button. Because if you don't, I'm calling Santa and your kids are getting nothing.